Welcome to day 3 of our South Dakota adventure. We are here starting the day off at Starbucks, very much like we did day 1, trying to upload. The internet here is terrible. So I don't know if this is making it into a separate video or if it's all combined into one when we get back home. I'm not really sure. Yesterday we went to Mount Rushmore, Keystone, and Needles Highway, which was a lot of fun and really great. Custer State Park, National Treasure filming locations. It was a huge day. But today is another day that I've really been looking forward to, and that is going to Deadwood. We are going to head out to Deadwood, the old-fashioned cowboy town, whatever you want to call it.
Old saloons.
Old saloons.
Museums
and is it Wild Bill? This is where Wild Bill
was killed.
Passed away, and in a chair, a famous chair is supposed to be there. Angie's dad's coming with us.
In the actual chair.
Okay, Angie's dad's coming with us today, so let's get going. Come on and join us. All right, so we made it here to Deadwood. And now we are going to Mount Moriah Cemetery. That's what we're going to start off with today. Admission here is $2 for adults and seniors, and all kids under 12 are free. But let's get up here and let's check it out. All right, here we go through the main entrance here at Mount Moriah Cemetery. And there are a lot of people up here that you might recognize, which is going to be really cool to check out. It's kind of crazy to think about that. We talked about this at Mount Rushmore yesterday, just how hilly everything is. And everything's just pretty much in the mountains and in the woods, and it's just all planted here. Now, the thing about this too is that, you know, the gold rush and all the gold that they wanted brought a lot of people here to this area. So they would come out here for the gold. And then it's kind of how the Wild West got started, you know. There's just kind of crazy stuff that led to it. And it's really interesting. And, you know, we're going to see Wild Bill's grave here today, Calamity Jane, which was like his biggest fan. And apparently that when she died, that she wanted to be buried next to Wild Bill, because that was like her inspiration. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Here's some of the graves here. We're just going to keep walking through, see everyone here. So we're going to go up here in just a second, but this is where Wild Bill's grave is. But you can see down here that Martha Jane Burke, alias Calamity Jane, born May 1st, 1852. She died in 1903. So notice how many years difference here, because right next to this one is James Butler Hickok, Wild Bill, and he died in 1876. So he died quite a bit of time before she did. And as I mentioned, that she was just kind of obsessed with him, from what I understand. And they were buried. She was buried next to him. And apparently he was a ladies' man, which, you know, kind of fits why she was probably obsessed with him. I don't know. Okay, and here is Wild Bill's gravesite right here. See where he was buried. Right here. It's kind of set up on a hill just a little bit. Back up and show you. It's kind of crazy. It's right here. You see like all the weeds are growing up here around it. And then like there's the American flag there. I think they fenced this off like recently from the research that I've done. That you could actually like leave flowers and stuff right there, which is kind of crazy. But it's really cool to see this. And right behind Wild Bill is Potato Creek Johnny. Now, Potato Creek Johnny, John Perrette, was known for discovering one of the largest gold nuggets ever discovered in the Black Hills in 1929. So not all these people were from 1800s, some of them buried in the 1900s, you know, and so on. But I thought it was really, really cool. And then here in just a second, we'll go over to Calamity Jane's resting place. But I thought that was a really interesting fact here. So this is Wild Bill's grave right here, and right next to him is Calamity Jane. You can see this is pretty cool to see this. It was her dying wish that she wanted to be buried beside him. She was only 47 when she passed away. Wow. You can see here people have left things here for them, or for her. Some pennies, some gems, and there's rocks. And then there's the trading card someone left there as well. The Lucky Four. That is so cool to see, though. Like all this different stuff. That is so cool, though. I mean, just when you really think about it and the history of this place. Died 1903. Like I said, 47 years old. That is so crazy to think about. Goodness gracious. Let's keep walking up a little bit. There's a lot to look at here. We're not going to spend tons of time here, but we are going to look at some things over here. You know what's crazy is this whole trip we've been joking around about Red Dead Redemption and Arthur Morgan. Take a look at this. Arthur Morgan. That is crazy. Now, for anyone that hasn't played the game, I won't ruin anything, but that's cool. Arthur Morgan, September 23rd, 1892, died in 1918. That is nuts. And you can see behind here, it says father, baby, right there. I'm not going to step on any of these out of respect for those that passed away. For a period of time, there for a little while, a lot of people within 20 years started dying of like random diseases. There was one person on here that I'm not really sure who it was. They died from eating 19 boiled eggs. It's crazy. Another man died of alcohol poisoning, all that stuff. And it's just kind of crazy to think that back then we didn't have the technology that we do now and the understanding and as far as medical advances. So people just died of random things back then. Plus, I'm sure a lot of people died of hypothermia here because it does get really cold in the wintertime, which we're really excited to come back and see this. But it's really cool just to kind of check this out and to see. I mean, this is amazing. Carl, Ellen, and Norma Lindstrom. That was mother, father, and daughter. All died. 1919 for the daughter, 1921 for the mother, and is currently 1954 for the father. So he lived a really long time, being born in 1880. Like, you don't really think about that, but it's really crazy. And the daughter only lived to be 1907 to 1919, so she wasn't very old at all. 12 years old or 13 years old. And this keeps on going a long way up here. You can walk up here. We're going to look at a couple more. Just pay our respects. Be really respectful. The hills here are no joke, man. Really steep. Just trying to be really quiet and be really respectful here. It's so crazy. Also, Seth Bullock is buried here. He was one of the prominent businessmen and a U.S. Marshal and had the Bullock Hotel. We don't have time to go all the way up there because we're trying to get down to Deadwood because it's 0.15 miles from here. But it's up that hill right there. With how steep that these hills are, it's really crazy to think about that people had to carry these bodies up this hill and bury them here. Like, it's nuts. Like, just the drive to get up here was really steep. So it's like they wanted the bodies to be so far away from town within a respectable distance. And that probably has to do with a lot of the believing in ghosts and bodies that come haunt you. A lot of people believe that cemeteries are haunted and they are very eerie, no matter which way you believe or not. And I'm going to try to look up some haunted stories about Deadwood. I don't really know a lot, but It is really crazy. And just this view in itself, it's just gorgeous to look at. I mean, my goodness. Angie's with her family as well, so a lot of this excursion will just be me and you walking through, because like I said, she hasn't seen her family in like 10 years, so she wants to hang out with her family, and I totally get that. But she'll pop in, I'll pepper her in every once in a while. But yeah, whenever you come up here, be really careful. It's really steep, and there's a lot of like random rugged rocks you can step on and kind of turn your knee that way or your ankle that way. And like most cemeteries, Jerusalem Street, Hiram Street, Jabez Street. So each one that's a street leads you down this way here. It's kind of crazy. I thought this one looked really cool. William H. Moore. And looks like Jenna or Janice Moore. I just really liked the look of this, and really cool architecture to these headstones, you know? It's pretty crazy. So right here we have Preacher Smith, who was a man that was a doctor in Massachusetts, from what I understand, and that he felt like God was calling him to come down here to the Black Hills Gold Rush and to minister to the men here. And what had happened was, one day he left a note saying, "Hey, I'm leaving. I should be back by 3 o'clock, Lord willing." And when friends told him not to leave because of the Native Americans and everything going on, and some of the people that were trying to get gold and everything all together, they told him not to leave. And he said, "Well, the Bible is my protection." And apparently later on that day, they found him murdered on the side of the road. And it did say he was going to go to Crook City is where he was heading. But yeah, they found him dead on the side of the road. They said they attribute his death to Native Americans. No one knows for sure. But kind of a sad story. He came here to do the Lord's work, and you know, he had faith everything was going to be okay, and he ended up dying. But, you know, just depending on how you look at it, sometimes that's just the way to be, not to live in fear. So cool. Preacher Smith, Reverend Henry Weston Smith, Connecticut, 1827, died right here in Deadwood in 1876. And with that, I think we are going to head down to actual Deadwood and walk around and spend some time in the saloons, in the casino. Just have a good time, get something good to eat. I'm excited. Apparently we have a shootout today at 2 and 4 o'clock. It's 1:40 right now, so it'll probably be the 4 o'clock one where they do a show. I'm excited. So we have made it to downtown Deadwood, the main street here in Deadwood. We're just gonna walk the strip here, have a good time, see what's over here, grab some lunch. This is beautiful. I mean, just look at the town surrounding this. Well, not the town, but the mountains surrounding it. It's just crazy. And off in the distance, this is where we came from, that area out there. It's just beautiful. It's way out there, look at that. This is awesome. This is amazing. All right, let's do it, guys. So the only thing I know about this town is what I've researched, but I'm gonna kind of be your tour guide, as I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna take you around. I love this right here. Deadwood 1876 National Historic Landmark. It's beautiful. And as we march right here into the rest of the town, over here is areas for you to park before you go into the main town. You head in that way. We've already parked inside of the town at a garage, and I will show you that garage once we get up there. Let's go over here to the Tin Lizzie Gaming Resort. Looks like they have the Starbucks or something I want to show you over here. So we are just going to walk the entire strip here at Deadwood, but I wanted to start off with this. Wild Bill Hickok. And look, they have a statue of him here. Right in front of the hotel here, and there's a Starbucks. There's a Pizza Hut in there too. So I thought it was pretty cool to see him sitting here. Don't forget there are some rooms available here at the Hampton Inn. You can stay right downtown here. I haven't even looked at the prices of what that would cost, but that is awesome. Right up here is the Tin Lizzie I was talking about, but they have a Starbucks inside. See the big Starbucks symbol there. And then how this goes is it kind of starts off with this area, and then it kind of curves around to where we'll get to the main part of downtown. So I saw this, which was really cool. This is Doll's chainsaw art. All this stuff here, like this large chair for you to sit up in. That is awesome, and everything is carved with the chainsaw. Look, there's Wild Bill right there looking down on us hauntingly. An angel over here. That's pretty cool. Oh, that is awesome. Okay, you can kind of walk right through here. This is pretty cool. You can actually set this up. They have a selfie stand right here for you. Kind of moves out just a little bit. That's awesome. You just set that up right there and take a picture of yourself sitting up on that chair. Look at this guy mining for gold, but it says, "Do not sit, pal." Oh, do not sit on the gold pan, not pal. That's cool. I love this bald eagle one. This is awesome. Also, the cardinals over here. My mother-in-law would love those. Pretty awesome, though. This is like right before you get into the main street down here, but we're going to keep walking. Get over here. You can kind of tell where it goes from new school to old school, how everything looks. But just the beauty of this. Look at that. As we walk in. Oh, this is pretty cool. They have a wine tasting place right here. It is open. You can go inside and do that. Look at this, man. I'm just loving the vibes of this. I wish I had gotten that cowboy hat so I could feel like a real cowboy walking up and down here. They have tons of casinos here. Now, the thing is I don't know if you can actually film in there or not. I will find out and get some clarity. A little bit later for lunch, we're going to actually eat at Mavericks. I think this is what we're talking about doing, but this is just awesome. Oh, this is cool. The Eagle Bar. Just go in there. Look at that. Look at this. We have a historic brothel here you can actually go through. Historic site of Pam's Purple Door Brothel. Closed back in 1980. Wow, it was open for a long time. Closed by FBI and state agents. That's crazy. You can actually do tours of that, but we're not going to do that. That's okay. We're good. Over here to our left, we have the Jim Steakhouse and Saloon. You can go in over there. We will go into some of the shops here in a minute, but I'm going to actually show you over here the famous Bullock Hotel. Now, apparently, this is haunted. There's ghost tours that go through that, but let me show you that real quick. Now, before we do that, here is the Wild Bill Bar. Saloon number 10, where Wild Bill was shot, August 2nd, 1876. So this was the original one right here. It's not the one that's across the street that we'll show you in a little bit. This was the original spot for it. Let's go in here and take a look here. Wow, this is crazy, man. Wow. Now you can do a tour down here. Wow, I will not be showing you much of that. I walked in, did that. Gentleman said, "Excuse me, sir, we're going to ask you for a donation if you continue to film in here." I've seen other YouTube channels do it and film, but I'm definitely not in Orlando. Maybe I could have given a donation, maybe, but with the historic site that it is and so many people were already in there taking pictures, I thought that was really weird. I mean, it is what it is. I'm definitely not in Orlando anymore. I get that. I try to look up laws and everything that's here. That's why sometimes I don't feel very comfortable filming outside of Orlando, because Orlando, nobody cares. It's part of the thing. You can film anywhere, anything that you want to, as long as it's not on like private property. But I mean, it is what it is. Whatever. I did find it really strange because people that I know have been here, have filmed inside here, like I said, and have never said that. I think it just depends on the person that you get. So it deflates me a little bit. So I don't really know what else I'm going to film here. I'm going to try to film, but I am going to include what I had already in there. I mean, it is what it is. And here is the famous Bullock Hotel. 1895 is when it was established. They do ghost tours through here, which is crazy. I would love to do that, but we have other things we got to do, so it is what it is. But that is pretty cool to see. Well, now I thinking about all my friends' videos that they've made here, which I didn't talk to them about it because I thought it was fine. I recall that they really didn't go in the buildings much, but I have seen them go in the original Wild Bill Saloon. So I don't know. I'll get over it. But we've had such a good trip so far. It's just kind of odd and kind of weird. Like, this is definitely a tourist trap. That's the biggest thing I could say. You can't tell me that's not a tourist trap right there, because come on, you're gonna ask for donations to take pictures with my iPhone? Oh, this is pretty cool. Outlaw Square has a little stage here for you to just hang out and have a little bit of fun. Music here is done. Anyway, I'm gonna meet up with my family. They're over here in the Silverado, but over here's the Franklin Hotel. You can stay there too. There's like 3 or 4 hotels down here, and there is casinos in here as well. Who's this lady? Who is she? Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't for sure. Calamity Jane. There she be. Like I said, I doubt I can film inside the casino here, but we're going into Silverado now. All right, well, now I think it is time to get some dinner out here. Now, the thing is I just put $4 in, and I won 15, and I kept betting, and I lost everything except for 60 cents. But it is what it is. We're not done yet. We're just gonna have some fun and enjoy the evening. Okay, time to eat at Mavericks now. All right, we are gonna have lunch here at Mavericks, steaks and cocktails. Here we go. We are inside, and this is nice. There's a casino down below, so I don't think we can film in the casino part, but this is really nice in here. All right, and there's a bar over here. There's Pennywise up at the bar. That's awesome. All right, here we go. Here's a look at the menu here at Mavericks. There's tons of stuff here you can try. But there's some burgers over here too, which sounds really good. We might have to have a big burger. Yeah. Black bean burger. There's Applewood smoked bacon burger, which sounds good. So I just had lunch at Mavericks. The burger was pretty good. It was a little pricey. And she didn't get anything, so it came up to like 26 bucks. So if you have more people than 7, they automatically add on a 20% gratuity. We got the Applewood smoked bacon burger, and it was just okay. It was just nothing like the best ever. It was a little dry, but it's all right. It's decent. Now we are waiting on the shootout that's about to happen here downtown. Little show. Should be pretty cool. I decided to come over here by saloon number 10 and stand looking out this way.
Let's try that again now, all together. Howdy, folks! Howdy! Now that's more like it. We are Deadwood Alive, and we bring history to life right here on Main Street, Deadwood, 6 days a week, all summer long. We finish off each of those days with the trial of Jack McCall right down there in the Eagle Bar Theater. Now, by applause, how many of you folks have heard of Jack McCall? Racing snails. Snails. Yeah. They wouldn't do something else. Right, yeah, they would do it. You know, I thought I'd make them a little faster by ripping their shells off. No, they're all real sluggish now.
Got a problem, I know what to call it.
I'm game. Get ready to meet your maker.
Oh, Johnny, this ain't no summer game. I'm gonna get my winners. Hey, I'm gonna get my winners from you. See you fit for a wood coat.
Oh, Charlie, you get yours. Don't be in such a hurry to die.
Johnny, you gonna walk and whistle dicks? Or you gonna pull that pistol of yours?
I'll tell you what, Chuck. You ain't getting my money or my life. So what the tarnation are you urchins doing? You shot out my fence and new window that I tripped it all the way from Cheyenne and you hit me to Ludwig here in the leg. Put it into this ruckus right now.
Butt out of this, Wertheimer. I'm not quitting until I get my money from that bummer.
Bummer, huh?
Yeah.
What do you say we get back? Okay.
If you can hit anything.
Wait!
I'm out.
Did I get you?
I don't think so.
How about that?
Nothing.
Oh, dang it. It doesn't look like either one of us get anything with these things.
Well, you got Ludwig, though.
Yeah, and we're out the window.
All right, we just stopped in the Deadwood Ice Cream Company. Angie got some ice cream. Babe, what did you get?
Cookie dough and Monster.
And Monster. I got some too, I ain't gonna lie. This is pretty good. After we did a little bit of fun, a little bit of gambling, we're ready to get to some more. My sister-in-law is gonna show us the best spot. She even talked about a Lord of the Rings machine. And you guys know how much I love Lord of the Rings. Let's go. So really cool to see a lot of the things out here. It is getting a little late. We are gonna go to First Gold first and do some more casino stuff. Then I think we're gonna be done with this part of the day, but there's still plenty of this video left. We still have a Rapid City day and we still have a couple other things that we're going to do there. So today is our last day here in Rapid City, or in South Dakota in general, but today, for the last day, I'm gonna take you downtown, show you some famous things here for Rapid City. Also, there's a dinosaur park. We're gonna take you to the dinosaur park. But right behind me is the famous Alex Johnson Hotel. Apparently this hotel is haunted. Also, there are some statues around with the presidents on it. I wanna show you that really quickly. This isn't a large downtown area. It's a lot smaller than I thought it would be, but it's pretty cool. So let's hit the Alex Johnson Hotel first. We'll show you some of the presidents and then we'll go to the dinosaur park. So right downtown here is the famous Elks Theater. This is like a nicer theater. I think it's actually kind of cheaper here, but they are currently playing How to Train Your Dragon, which we just saw last week. It's pretty cool. So here is the famous Hotel Alex Johnson, or the Alex Johnson Hotel. And apparently this is haunted, so we're gonna go in and check it out, see what it's all about. It's pretty big. I think this might be one of the tallest buildings here in Rapid City. They don't have like skyscrapers or anything like that. Wow, here it is, inside of the lobby here. Apparently it's haunted. That's what we've heard. Now, my niece was telling me that my sister-in-law worked here when she was younger. So I don't know if that's true, but I'll find out. It's kind of neat, like some of the things they have in here. And it does feel very, very eerie. Here's the registration area and check-in and all that stuff. Feels very, very eerie in here. It gives me a Tower of Terror vibe. I don't know why, but it really does. Oh, look at this. This is nice. This is the Mercantile where they sell a bunch of merchandise in here. That's cool. They have like jewelry and stuff. And t-shirts. Different stuff like that. Some blankets. It's nice. It's pretty nice. They have a Starbucks in here. That's cool. It's a nice little Starbucks. Okay. Shall we go up the stairs? Oh, look at this. Here it is. years ago. What year was that? 1931. Wow, that's crazy. Look at this, babe. 1931. Went back pictures from them. Some of the things they had in here. Hollywood movie crew spends night at Alex Johnson Hotel. Hitchcock come here? Oh yeah. Hitchcock was here. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. There's a better picture there. Wow. Okay. So yeah, apparently Hollywood thought it was haunted too. I will say, and I normally don't get this way, that walking in here, I felt very eerie. Like something is off. So we're going to actually go up to the actual floor that's supposedly haunted. I'm waiting to hear from my sister-in-law to tell me which floor is supposedly haunted. So it's apparently the 8th floor, so we're going to go up to that and just see.
Yeah, and that's what they say. You know, if you watch.
Are you scared?
Is if there's cold spots that's like demons or something.
Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, even look at the elevator.
Wait, what was that? My purse.
You scared?
What floor?
8.
8. And we gotta go to 8.
Even the
and he
elevator.
Confirmed what you said.
Okay, what's the story?
In the room 812, a bride and groom were staying in that room, and the bride apparently jumped out the window.
Weird.
This is creepy. Okay, I'm freaked out. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Stop at floor 666. So this is apparently the room here, 812, where this happened. It's supposedly the most haunted space. I don't feel anything any stronger up here than I did, but that's pretty creepy. We can't go in because we're not staying in a room, but pretty nuts. Look at this elevator. This is just something out of a horror film. The Conjuring. Look at this, even a side door.
Don't look down.
Here at the bottom, you can see this is where notable guests stayed. This is crazy. Garth Brooks, King Brown, Laura Dern, Elton John, Steve Irwin, Kevin Costner, of course, his Dancing with Wolves is done here. President Gerald Ford, President Roosevelt, Calvin Coolidge, Sugar Ray Johnson, Dwight Howard, Dwight Eisenhower, Alfred Hitchcock, which we saw in the paper earlier, Viggo Mortensen, the King himself. Ozzy has stayed here.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons, Gerald Ford, Arnold stayed here. Charlton Heston, John McCain. Wow, that is nuts. Mark Wahlberg, Ronald Reagan. Hey there, Maggie. Oh, Jerry Seinfeld has stayed here. Tommy Lee. That is crazy. Joan Rivers. So I normally don't get freaked out about stuff like that, but it was a little bit of a different experience for sure. I mean, I definitely felt something. Whatever, whether it was in my mind or whether it was something that was real. I don't know. It was just really odd feeling. But anyway, let's check out the presidents that are around the city here. Just a few of them. We're not going to be able to check out all of them, but we can do a few. We have seen a lot of this guy this week. George Washington in front of the Starbucks here. Right in front of the Alex Johnson. Pretty cool, though. We got another one across the street here. I'm not sure who it is. And it looks like it might be Jimmy Carter. Who we got here? Yep, Jimmy Carter. He just recently passed away not too long ago. Look at the graffiti down here. This is pretty cool. This is called Art Alley. Alright. Wow. Now, normally, at night, I definitely wouldn't walk down here, but this is awesome. Look at all this. So cool. I love stuff like this. You'll never catch me walking down an alley at night. Even during the day, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Especially since it's connected to the Alex Johnson. Which is right out there. That is cool, though. So this has been a interesting trip. We have done so many things that we have never normally done on the channel. And I'm loving this. And I just hope you guys receive these videos really well so we continue to do these. So I would love to continue to do these. I love it. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do everything we wanted because we were on a week schedule and we were with family this week. So we just didn't get to do just random things. But next time we come, which hopefully is soon, we'll be right here at the Firehouse Brewing Company. Apparently they have really good sandwiches here. And I would love to try it next time. You can even see like the art on the side of the building there, which is awesome. Oh, they have an official visitor center. Let's go in real quick. Look at this. This is awesome. Over here it's Crazy Horse, which we didn't get to do this time. And Mount Rushmore, which we got to do twice, which was awesome. And the little goats. Look at that, little goats down here. That is awesome. So I want to show you guys something really quick. Here's also a map of the Black Hills. That's so cool. That was pretty cool. Their visitor center had a lot of info in there. Stuff that they were giving us info of places we've already been. Angie and I are going to try to come back really soon, like within less than a year time, to come back and do things that's just her and I. We were with her family a lot most of the time, so it was just kind of everybody including everything they wanted to do into one trip, because she hasn't been back to her town in like 10 years. So she hasn't even seen two of her sisters in 10 years, or her dad. So we finally made that happen, but we're going to come back very soon where it's just going to be Angie and I and maybe her mom and dad and just doing some stuff like that. Huh, who is this president right here? This is James Monroe. I would not have pegged that. There's a train going by. There it goes. One other thing I wanted to point out is about this, the audio tour. This one actually goes from Truman to Trump. It has actual audio clips of them speaking. And she said that some of them, they don't have full sentences, but they use AI to generate a whole new like sentence that they would say. So definitely scan this QR code and try that out.
I developed a passion for riding, hunting, and farming from an early age. My political journey began at age 17. When I left college,
that is not what I expected James Monroe to sound like. I don't know what I expected him to sound like, but
Yeah.
okay, here is Thomas Jefferson, which is really cool. He also has audio, which would be completely made with AI, but this is, look at this, the Declaration of Independence that he is writing here. He's also one, no matter how you feel about him, he was the third president of the United States. And he's on Mount Rushmore.
The seeds of intellectual curiosity were sown, setting the
Sounds
stage
like
for a
what
life
sounds
of profound learning.
That's cool.
At the age of 9, under the guidance of Reverend William Douglas.
Adams, yep. No, James Madison. James Madison. Now, I don't know if this is the scale how tall he was, because if not, little buddy, he's a little short, but he could have been. And they do have an audio tour for this one as well. Now, I'm not sure who this is with a dog. Gerald Ford, okay. President Gerald Ford. It's kind of hard for me to see him. There we go. The sun's shining, and his little doggy. Hey, buddy. That is cool. And he has this pipe in hand. We could be here all day, but we do have to get to some other things before our flight this evening. I thought this was Reagan from way off far, but this is actually President Bill Clinton. That's awesome. Now, I gotta hear the audio tour of him. And they've got him down as William Jefferson Clinton, which I keep forgetting that that is his actual name. Let's hear what he sounded like. Well, we know what he sounds like, right?
William Jefferson Clinton, or Bill Clinton, embarked on a journey marked by a profound interest in politics and early leadership after shaking the hand of President John F. Kennedy. Attending Georgetown University and the University of Oxford paved the way for my education, leading me to Yale Law School. My political roots took hold in Arkansas, where I served as the state's Attorney General and...
I don't know. I guess that sounds like him. But it kind of doesn't at the same time. I thought we'd find Reagan, but I want to see Reagan before we go. All right, only got time for a couple more here. Who we got? William Henry Harrison. And we got Harry S. Truman right here. Dewey defeats Truman. That's awesome. I love all this history stuff. Really soon, I want to take you guys up to Virginia, where my family is from, where a lot of my family still lives, and show you guys like Williamsburg, Jamestown, all that really cool stuff up there. That's pretty cool. The Rushmore Hotel. That's nice. Huh. Coming up to another president here. Who we got? We got William Taft. He's got a baseball back here. That's cool. Last one, since we're back at the car now. This is George H.W. Bush. Okay. Now we have made it up to Dinosaur Park, and we are going to walk this and show you guys what's up here. This isn't an all-day thing. It's just like a probably 20-30 minute thing, but I wanted to show you before we left. They do have two paths here for you to go. They have a left side and a right side. The left side is going to be stairs, and the right side is going to be like wheelchair access. I'm going to go up the right side because there's a couple of placards here I want you guys to see. First of all, here's kind of a map of everything. It's not that big of a park, but you know, you can walk through it. And Dinosaur Park is one of the original tourist attractions in the Black Hills. And I'd heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but I'd heard that this is up here because this was one of the first locations that dinosaur bones were found here. So really interesting. I don't know why I love bridges, but I love bridges. A 5-ton bridge. Look at that. Rapid City out that way. It's truly beautiful out here. Kind of crazy to think about. We were just right down there. How beautiful this part of the United States really is. Even on the pavement here, look. Dinosaur tracks going across. That's awesome. Oh, this is nice. I have some picnic tables here for you to sit and chill. Take that in. An overview and look of the city over here, which is truly beautiful. It's not a huge city, but it is beautiful. Coming up to our first dinosaur here. This is the Trachodon. He's 32 feet long, 6 to 7 tons, and he is a herbivore. Huh. That is pretty cool. Thing is huge, just in scale. I mean, pretty crazy. We have the Brachiosaurus up here. The top, you can actually see this Brachiosaurus from way down at the bottom of the mountain here. That's cool. I don't think you can actually come over here. I mean, it does feel like it's splash pad kind of material. That's cool. I'm going to leave the camera right there. I'm going to back up here. Kind of show you that you can't even see the top of him. Look how tall he is. That's crazy. He's huge. 32 feet long and 14 feet tall. It seems a little farther than 14 feet. I mean, a little taller than 14 feet, but maybe not. But this is really cool. I love this. So as I mentioned, this was one of the very first attractions here in Rapid City, South Dakota. And it's really crazy to think about because there's not a theme park here. There's other things, but this was one of the very first ones. Oh, look, they have a T-Rex. Oh my goodness. Now he's a little different looking than the one I'm used to seeing, but they have a T-Rex. Now he's a little shorter than the other one we just saw. 40 feet long, 12 feet tall. He's not that tall, but we'll get up there in a second and just see how tall he is compared to me. This one is shorter than the last guy. He was 14, this one's 12, but he's still pretty tall. You know, like I said, he's a little different looking than the one that I'm used to seeing, but it's still cool. Then we have a Triceratops over here. He is 30 feet long and 9.5 feet tall. And he's not up any steps that I gotta go up and see him, but I like the Triceratops. They're always really cool. I just keep saying how beautiful it is, but man, it's so beautiful, isn't it? It's crazy. And right down over here is the Storybook Island that we went to the other day. And at the top of the hill is a Brachiosaurus, or Pososaurus? I don't know how to say that. He is 19 feet tall. He is a big boy. And like I said, you can see him from all the way at the bottom of the hill. Pretty cool though. 75 feet long, up to 20 tons. Wow, that's crazy. I wanted to walk up here and just to get the view. Little radio tower up here. This is way farther up than we have been. You can see the gift shop down there. We'll briefly go over the gift shop because we gotta leave. Angie's just texting me. We gotta go. We gotta get to the airport. So we'll stop in there really quickly and grab something. All right, here we go into Dinosaur Park Visitor Center. Let's see what they got in here. Well, you can get a hot dog and a drink if you wanted to for $2.89. Still a little more expensive than Costco. Oh wow. A bunch of different things in here. Some t-shirts. Mount Rushmore t-shirts, which is nice. Bunch of dinosaur stuff. It's going to be a really quick walkthrough. Dinosaur plushies over here. Some rocks, gems, fossil replicas. Even more t-shirts over here. They do have a Dinosaur Park t-shirt, which is really cool. That is awesome. Excellent. I love that. And then they have a little cafe area right over here where you can get all beef hot dog for $1.49. All right, got a couple of souvenirs. Now it is time to head to the airport. Say our goodbyes to Angie's family. It's been a really great trip, but we got to talk about the flight home. We got to document that home. So let's head to the airport now. Right, so we made it to the airport. We are checked in through security and everything. Ready to go home, baby? All right, we got to get your water filled up, and maybe we have a couple of snacks for the road, but we do have some Cinnabon stuff here, which is great. I'm gonna look in here at Sky Blue Gifts really quick, see what they've got before we head off. I mean, I'm loving all this Black Hills merchandise and stuff they have. Here, this is a nice little shop before you head off. Wow. So cool though. Like, they even have coasters in here. There's a buffalo. I didn't see a buffalo the whole time we were here, but we'll be coming back very, very soon to see them. So cool. And we got some books over here for you to read on the flight, which is always really nice. Another buffalo. It's like they're just trying to rub it in my face or something. I mean, come on. If you don't want to wait in the long line over there, they have these water bottles here at $4. I mean, of course they're going to charge that much. And they have soda too that you can get, Coke Zero. That's nice. Even some snacks here, you don't have to pay too much. It's actually pretty cheap, only $2 for some of these in here. Oh, look at this thing. This is pretty cool. What's neat? There's our gate over here, gate 7. All right, waiting for our flight. It says we actually board in about 50 minutes. It's going to be nice. It says it's on time. It does look kind of ugly out there, but it says our flight is still on time, and this is where we will be boarding onto our flight. So now it has started to rain, and hoping this won't delay us any. I don't think it will, because it seems like it's going to pass like here in 10 minutes. Here comes American Airlines flight over there. But hopefully, yeah, it won't delay us any at all, because we are ready to get home very, very soon. It still shows that we're on time right now, so it shouldn't be an issue. All right. All right, our flight has arrived. We are getting ready to board here in just a couple of minutes. It's nice. Thank God. We are ready to go home for sure. All right, here we go. So we are not the first, but the third to load on. All right, here we go.
Now it says D, E, and F, so do we still go all the way over?
Yeah. All right, we are loaded onto the plane. Angie's getting the window seat this time. She will be in charge of all the filming outside here. That's just obligatory if you're the window seat, remember? Just got off the flight, and this was a different way that we came before. That was one of the worst experiences flying back. We'll talk about it in a minute. So apparently we had a slight delay in the flight, only by a few minutes, but not too bad. But it's so good to be back home. Now our buddy's going to pick us up, and we are going to head home, but we got to go to baggage claim first and get our bags. We are here so late that there's no one here. Everyone's cleared out. This is where we started our journey, right here, checking in. Now I'm going to go pick up our bags. Please let them be ready. Okay, so that is going to conclude our trip. The flight was insane. We had so much going on. Just so much I couldn't go into, but just the smell of a poopy diaper the whole time. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining our South Dakota adventure. We've had so much fun. We are waiting to get picked up. We love you guys. And remember, the road goes ever on. We will see you next time.